Hello. This is James from Prague. How are you? Welcome to SoulCARE. Welcome to SoulCARE. And this end of March. It's like spring already here in Southern California and San Diego. I hope you've all had a great weekend. I certainly did, walking around and seeing a little new flowers coming up and encouraging them. I'll put you in the chats here. Hello, big dog. Okay, Stacy Thompson. Hello, Heather, New York. Hello. Cut my toxic mother out of your life. Good for you. Good. Hello, Lisa. Yeah, Lisa, Marcia. I'll wait for her to come on. I'm just looking over pages here that I'm going to talk to you about. A couple of things going on I want to share with you and give you the opportunity to look at these with me because exciting stuff happening. And my glasses match my shirt. I like that. Behind me is my office mess, which is believe it or not, that's the messiest part of my office. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Nancy, Sharon, Kathy. It's so great. It reminds me every time everyone comes on that this is such a nice community of people. And I just hope that, there's a rippling effect that you tell people about everything we discuss and, spread the word the best way we can. And this is the best way. I guess social media is and using it in a positive way. Because that's the thing we need to do is everything has to be positive these days with war going on and that negative space. We need to bring things positive to us. So we'll try to do that. So that's what we're doing on. And let's see. Patricia, hello. Joyce, hello. Margaret, hello. Catherine, hello. Colorado, love Colorado. What'd you guys do over the weekend? Share with me. I'll share with you. Hi, Laura. Happy spring, right? It's my favorite time of the year, spring. In the U.S., it's spring. It's great. My garden's singing, and I love it. I spend the night outside in the garden. I have a bed outside, and it's covered, and I just like to spend the night there. Down England, okay. Hello from Boston. Exercising outdoors. That's what you're doing a weekend. Very good. It's a great time to exercise, to move the energy around. I was bicycling this weekend as well. I have one of those new electric bikes. So I'm really working hard at not pushing the throttle to make it run. I'm really working hard, but every once in a while there's a hill and you need to do that. So I like it. But I love riding. I love riding bikes. I use a helmet. I don't do the formal like people with the uniforms and all that. But I get on the bicycle. That's enough. And I need to ride. Garden, yes, gardening. I planted garden this weekend. I also went gardening. I planted some wild California wildflowers and seeds, and I'm watering every day. A friend of mine was over the house this week, celebrated a 60th birthday, and had a beautiful, beautiful dog, Australian Shepherd. And I planted my seeds, and then I watered them, and the dog would chase the water spray. So that's how it got the exercise. Because Australian sheep dogs are herding dogs. So it would chase the spray, and we became in love. It's a puppy, 6 months old. So I wanted her badly, but we'll see what happens. Spring cleaning. Yes, me too. Spring cleaning. Yep, very good. Decluttering. A lot of decluttering. Sue Clifford decluttering. Very good. Puppies. Love puppies. Yes, a free class today. Yes, you want Laura? Yes. So the class Laura's talking about is a 4-day challenge with Hay House, the course with Hay House, and that's really funny. Your spiritual gifts of either healer, psychic, medium. Their number one course had for years at Hay House, a couple of years. They're launching it. And today is the first day of the challenge, March 21st to 24th. You can do it now, and it is a 4-day challenge, free. It's free. And you can find out if you resonate as a healer, as a psychic, or as a medium. So that is right. It's a 4-day challenge. One of the things I want to talk to you about. Thank you for bringing that up. And I think we have a link also, Renee. Don't we have a link for that as well? There it is. Under my name, James from Prague. And I think we might have it on. There we go. Renee, you can put that link up on the screen. If you can put it on the screen, that'd be great too, so people can see that. It's under my name under the chat. It's a long link. But I think we have a shorter link somewhere. Okay. Hello, Ellen. Wow. Okay. Spinal surgery. We're coming back from spinal surgery. The Shamrock sale. Also want to talk about that. So we have a couple things going on here. We have the free 4-day psychic challenge or challenges, and that'll involve it's a challenge. It'll involve finding out a questionnaire about if you're a psychic, a medium, or a healer. We did it last week. People are blown away by it because it matched exactly what they felt they were. So that's really, really great. Um, there it is. Link to the 48 challenge. That's it right there. If you guys want to write that down, I don't know if you can just click on it. You might not be able to. You might want to write that down and try it. A lot of people do it during the show, which is fine. You can do that. You just joined. Great lady. You just joined. Prince Edward Island. Hello there. Yes, I will be doing mediumship readings this month and next month, I should say. And we're going to do that on a regular basis. Every month, we're going to do mediumship. And also, there's going to be something else I'm introducing, which I like to call them Fireside Chats. But it's really an evening of just talking about anything spiritual, not necessarily doing readings, but things on your mind that might come up as regarding the anything spiritual or intuitive or anything that comes into your mind, meditation, um, the clairvoyance, clairsentience, anything that like that. So we're gonna do evenings of those, and I'll do a little bit of a lecture on that. So there we go. Just signed up. Very good, Haley. Just signed up. Quiz got a 404 code. It's still available. Yes, you're gonna message through dreams. That is correct. Hopefully that link works. I'm hoping it works. If it doesn't work, it should work. Guys, try it and let me know. Cheryl says, had a penny fall out of my hair today. Wow. Then a little while later, a dime. What's going on? Your head is made of money. That's one way spirit manifests is through money. Believe it or not, coins, quarters, pennies, dimes. I don't know how they manifest it. It does take a lot of energy, a lot of work on their side to do that. And then to get you to notice it takes a lot because they're taking your mind and focusing on that to find that. And we talk about signs all the time, signs from the spirit world. Boy, it takes a lot, I would believe, that they get to get your attention and your mind focus to that sign. It takes a lot. So there's a lot going on over there. It'll be interesting once they get over there to see what it's like, all the strings that are pulled and how much work it takes to get one thing manifested in this physical vibration. Because remember, they're in a very high vibration. Let's just say for the heck of it, sixth dimension, seventh dimension, at a very fast vibratory rate. And they have to really slow down that rate in order to materialize physical objects to here. That's all I know of. I'm sure there's a lot more involved with it with scientists over there. But it's just pretty amazing when you think about it. You're so much better than money, right? Healer. Very good. You got the healer. How can you open your clairaudience? Asked Samantha. Well, there you go. How can you open your clairvoyance? By learning to sit in the quiet, learn to sit in the stillness of your being. So I do that. I teach that, and that's something you should probably want to do to study and develop and work on that. Meditation is one way, but I call it sitting in the quiet. I've talked about this before, where you sit in the stillness of your being. How I do that is I go into a closet and I close the door, and it's a walk-in closet, so it's easier when it's not full of junk. And I sit there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I just begin to work with the breath, breathing in, breathing out. You know, two breaths through, three breaths in, five breaths out, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I just become aware of my soul, my inner part of my heart. And I begin to feel how lovely I am in my heart. And, a lot of things come into my mind as far as why I've come back here. And I just contemplate. I guess it's contemplation. And the more you do that and sit in that stillness, you begin to become aware of the space around you and the space above you and really your own self. And you begin to feel yourself expand and you have a stronger sense of the subtlety that it takes to hear uh, to that vibration, to feel, to sense. It opens up your senses. I'll put it to you that way, your senses. So we're all clairsentient, which means sensing things. Everybody has that ability because that's part of us, our instinct of really developing in the womb of our moms, because we had to have that connection, that instinctive connection, that telepathic connection in order to work with her. So we come in with that, and we call and psychic. Everyone's intuitive from one degree or another. So when intuition and clairsentience similar, different but similar. There's a sensing. So you have to sit in the quiet, to learn to sense. I have it in my school. I'm going to go through a list of the items I have in my school because some people don't know all the classes that exist, and there are a lot. So I wanted to remind people about that because right now we're having my St. Patrick's Day Shamrock Saddle. St. Patrick's Day was the other day, but it was so popular among people that we wanted to continue it for another day. So today is one more day of the I think it's percentage. Here we go. Shamrocks. There you go. Oh, 25% off. There you go. Thanks, Renee. There you go. Lucky 25. It was very popular. So I said, let's do it for one more day because people might not know about it. So some of the courses there, Psychic Portals is a course which is all about basic psychic information, how to, again, open up psychically in a basic way, grounding way. So that's something you might want to look into. And these are all courses you can go on the site and just click on them and read about them and see if that makes sense to you, might resonates with you, whether you want to take it or not take it. But I would definitely take advantage of the 25% off because I only do this once a year. Another course I want to talk about is life tools for the highly sensitive person, like highly sensitive people, because so many people I meet here and elsewhere talk about how they're just overwhelmed with energy from people. They're too empathetic and they get overwhelmed all the time and they don't know how to shut it down. So this is a perfect course for those people to learn about their own energy, the energy around them. You get really in tune with the energy around you and you become very aware when some foreign energy comes into that space. And it works incredibly and it safeguards you and you don't need to protect yourself. I don't believe in that word protection. I believe in knowledge. I believe in awareness. So you're aware of the space around you and what it feels like for your expansive of who you are here, not here, all around you. That's your shell. And you kind of have that awareness the rest of your life. And you'll know when you walk into a certain space what that feels like. Or when you meet someone, what their energy feels like. There's no way you can learn about your own energy field if I become aware of that if you don't feel someone else's field. It'll help you become aware of other people's energy field. So it's a great, great course for people that are very empathetic, sensitive. A lot of people right here should look into that. It's a really, really good one. A couple of things just to mention. Other ones, Astrology Made Easy. It's a basic astrology course. Enhancing Your Intuition is a 10-day course about learning to, I gotta say, taking the psychic, but then you going in deeper and more refined. I'll say your intuitive self, more refined. So it's stuff you're learning or knowing, I should say. You get the knowingness of knowing it's coming from your heart and not your head, not to rationalize things and go immediately to the heart and learn that language of knowingness. So I to say it. So that's the enhancing your intuition. Other things, day in the spirit world to visit your loved ones. There's a whole day with that. There's a JVP meditation tools is great. Uh, Another one, 28-day transformation, is really one which so many people have really enjoyed and it's changed their lives. You go back to I bring you back to a space of your childhood and we start at the very beginning and we see what situations, what experiences left a mark on you. And through that mark, if you think about that, through a series of marks or events or a traumatic experience, if you're going to call it that, it filters us. It puts within our space a filter. And we start looking at life and our relationships with other people and adults through those filters, through those glasses, right? So we want to look at that and see how it influences our life today, how it's influenced our life from the past till now, and how we can change that if it's not positive. So it's kind of like a real quick therapy class, but it's really effective. 28-day transformation course. It's a day which is progressive. And progressive means that when Spirit gave me this course, and I channeled every one of these courses, I will say the word channeling because that's what I did. And the 28-day transformation was the only course they said, James, this is a progressive course. I said, what does that mean? They said, well, the person must take the course every day because they're building up the energy every day to a certain space. And if you don't do it consistently, it'll break it down. And we don't want that. So to get the most and effective way out of that course, they need to do it every day, like 15 minutes a day. That's a 28-day cleansing transformation course. Really, really good. So if you have any questions about the courses, please ask them right now, and I'll be more than happy to share them with you. Susan, man, how do you manifest? How do you manifest, Susan? By well, how do you manifest? Wow, it's a general question. It takes a lot to answer that. You got to know yourself first of all. You got to know how to send energy. You got to know what you want in manifestation. You got to know how to really control your thoughts, how to focus your thoughts. Really, the most important part of manifestation is knowing exactly what you want down to the minute detail, because the universe will give you exactly what you want. God says yes, we say no. I've told this story before, but it's a great one for manifestation. Years and years ago, probably 30 years ago, a friend of mine used to talk about manifestation and visualization. And um, she was visualizing she wanted a Mercedes, a brown Mercedes with a camel interior. And she visualized, she was driving down Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, and it was 12:20. She looked at the dial, 12:20 in the car. She even picked out the song that was playing in the car at the time. And she felt the sun in her hair. She knew what she was wearing. And she was driving, and she's at the red light. And then she kept it over and over and over again. And about, I'd say 4 years after that, it actually happened. It manifested. She found herself driving down Wilshire Boulevard at 12:20. She looked at 12:20 on the dial. That same song was playing, and she remembered about her manifestation, visualization. And she said, oh my God, it's exactly what I visualized. But what she didn't visualize in that was the car belonged to her. It didn't. She was picking the car up for her boss. It was at the repair shop, and she was bringing it back to work. So you got to be very, very careful when you manifest. You got to learn down to the detail. Good. Tammy took test, was fun, got medium. Very good, Tammy. I think everyone's clairvoyant. I figured I would get that because my son's Scorpio, rising Pisces. Okay, Scorpio and Pisces rising. Okay, so you would have gotten that because Scorpio rules mediumship. So it rules mediums. That's what the Scorpio does. Pisces rising is very psychic, very intuitive. So you would make a great, I don't know what your moon would be in, but you would definitely be clairvoyant, clairsentient. I don't know if you've had, of course, I can't talk to you here, but I don't know what your background has been, but definitely if you want to pursue that, you have that ability. In that we're all born with certain forms of energy, depending on our planets that we come in with the influence of the planets in our mind, the body. So that's definitely a mediumistic connection. Very good, Tammy. Okay, Susan, James, I have been told I suffered in many past lives, but can't overcome fear of life. Is there a course that could help me? Um, First of all, it shouldn't be fear of life. You could have more than likely been, like most of us here, been killed for your belief systems. Happens to most people that are involved with this now. So it'd be back going to a regressionist, regression therapist. And I have one on my website, vampire.com, past life regressionist. So you can go there, or you can go to Brian Weiss, WEISS, the forefront leader in past life regression. I think he has references on his website about people that do regression, and that's where I'd lead you. Okay. Good luck, Susan. Nothing to be afraid of. Okay. Priscilla, is there a heaven? Well, yes, there is a heaven. It's not like we think of harps and angels and so forth. Heaven is what you make it based upon how you treat people here on the earth. If you're loving and you follow the golden rule, which is treat people as you want, because it's all energy. So what you're putting forth in your mind and in your actions and your deeds, that's what you will end up with. That's your heaven. Or it can be your hell, depending on how you chose to use your life you have. A quick story I've told this before. I love this little anecdote. A friend of mine told this years ago. And I'm going to share it with you now. There's a very wealthy, let's say, this very wealthy man that passes out of the body and goes to heaven. And St. Peter meets him at the gate. And St. Peter says, come on in now. This man is very wealthy. Welcome. We've been expecting you. They walk inside and look around. And there's beautiful meadows of green grass and parkland and flowers everywhere. And people playing, kids playing. People are laughing and enjoying themselves. And beautiful space. Looks like castles and beautiful this and gorgeous little land. And they're walking down this path. And the man looks around and says, looks very similar to what I had on the earth. And must be around here. And St. Peter said, just follow me. Where your place is down this way. So they go further down some steps, windy roads, and it begins to get a little bit darker. And the houses or the mansions or the castles, whatever you want to call them, got smaller. And there aren't as many people. And they keep on going down further and around, and it gets darker and darker, and you can barely see. And the man said to St. Peter, wait, you took the wrong way. God must have made a mistake. I was one of the wealthiest men in the world. I had a staff of 200 people. I own people. I'm sorry. He must have made a mistake. He said, I couldn't live here. And St. Peter said, God doesn't make mistakes. Follow me. So go a little further down this path, which is now really a path. You get little rocks, and we start up, and you can barely see. St. Peter's a flashlight, a flashlight, and he points to a little hovel in the corner. And he said, "That's your space. That's where your house. That's where you live." And the man said, "You're wrong. This is wrong. I was one of the wealthiest men. I couldn't live there. How could that possibly be where I live?" And St. Peter turned to him and he said, "We can only build with materials you sent us." So, if there are heaven, in the spirit world, there are many realms. There are spaces and places and worlds within worlds. And you go to that world, that realm, if you will, based upon your thoughts, words, and deeds, how you treated people, what you did to make the world a better place or not. Or if you chose to be angry and greedy and not help people, you'll end up a place where there are people of the same mindset. These realms are made up of people of the same mindset. So here in the earth, in this school Earth, we have a space where we have baby souls, brand new souls beginning, if you will, of the experience of physical human condition. Then you have postgraduate souls like healers and light workers, compassionate people bringing peace into the world. And then you have those middle souls who are still learning to figure out themselves. So we're mixed up here. And in a way, this is an opportunity. This school, the soul school, is a school of opportunities because you can go within yourself and decide your choices. Are you going to choose the right way or the wrong way? Are you going to choose love or fear? You have that choice every day, every moment, every day, love or fear. And you have to begin to have a relationship within yourself to either choose love or fear, not worry what other people think, because what other people think of you is none of your business. And they're on a different level than you are. We're on these different levels. You find that with friends. You'll find that certain friends you have, there's an attraction, there's an affinity. I find throughout my life that that happens a lot. And we say the soul, there's a season, a reason, a lifetime. Sometimes souls come together for just a few minutes for a cup of coffee. And then some friends stay together for a long, long time. And some are lifetime friends. It's true. Season, reason, and lifetime. But it's the heaven is what you create, the love that you've created here. And that's what heaven is. So if you want a good place in heaven, you want to do good things here. And I say the secret is this: if you do good things here, I want you to look back at your life. At the end of your life, I would love for you to look back at your life and say, wow, the earth is a lot better off than when I found it. Even though we might have conditions right now with war and so forth, at least your space, what you did, made it a little bit better than it was before you got here. Okay. All right. Next question. September done. How do you adapt to that gut feeling? By using it over and over and over again. So that gut feeling is your psychic, is your intuitive self. And you need to use it. Using it. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the more it develops. And you can do fun things with it. Like the phone rings. Who do you feel is going to be there? It's all about feeling. If you walk into a business meeting, let's say, or meet them for the first time, how do you feel they're going to look physically? Do they have blue eyes or brown eyes, brown hair, blonde hair? Are they older, younger? What clothes are they wearing? What type of color clothes? If you're going to a restaurant you've never been before, what does it feel like before you get there? Try to sense what it's going to what it's going to look like. Is it dark? Is it light? Where's the entrance? Where is the seating? What is the seating like? So you can use it over and over and over again with emails. Before you open the email, try to intuit what it's going to say. So all the different ways, the more you use that gut feeling, the more it will expand. Okay. Maria Whalen. Hi, Maria. How do you live in Ireland? Are you happy St. Patrick's Day? A few days late. Can I do your course? You certainly can do my course, darling. Yes, we have people from all over the world that do the course, all over the world. So we have a lot of Irish to do the course. Germans, Irish. We have a couple of French. We have people from Africa. We have a lot of English, a lot of Canadians. Yes, you're welcome to it, sweetheart. Just go to the JUP School of Miss Clark's. Okay. Hi, Laura. You changed your picture, Laura. What class would you recommend for expansion when you have many of the clairs and you know are a psychic medium? I would say medium number one, medium certification number one is a class you take. Even if you've had experience as a psychic medium for years, what I'm teaching you might be a little bit different. And it's always good to go back and relearn certain things. So I would recommend that. The first mediumship course I would recommend for you. Okay. You're very psychic, very intuitive. And the big thing to remember that we have to recognize the difference between psychic and the difference between mediumship. They're two different things. I spoke about this last week with Kelly on our show, Both Sides Now and Beyond. And it really is that there is a big difference between psychic or gut feeling, which is that sense of knowingness, if you will, knowing things. And mediumship is where you have to bring up your energy to a certain frequency, a higher frequency, and really sustain that frequency. So you're up here, and the spirit world can lower their energy to a certain point where you meet halfway. And that's why it's called medium, in the middle. Get it? Middle, medium. So they're sending thoughts to you. You're up higher, they're lower, and you're connecting that way telepathically. And that's how mediumship is different than psychic. Because psychic is much easier for us because that's just our natural instinct. But mediumship takes work and development. Okay. Lisbeth, hi. How do you avoid negative energies from coming through during psychic readings? By keeping your mind to a higher place. So it's usually the human, it's usually yourself responsible for negativity. In that, why are you bringing in negative thoughts? What are you thinking of? What are you afraid of? So I find it always goes back to the person themselves, the reader. Where is their mindset? So before you do a psychic reading, you got to prepare yourself. Anytime you open up that world, that space, you should really be in a very positive, loving space. Nothing negative should really come into that space. If it is, you're not developing correctly. So I'd go back to my psychic one-on-one course, psychic portals course, and take that. And we got to remember too, everybody, that you can't do things too quickly. You can't, we're living in a society where you take a pill and you're good. It's not rapid. It's not that quick. It's slow. Things are moving so fast. But for me, the old timer, learning slowly and developing slowly is much better. You don't want to become overcooked so fast. You want to slow boil slowly because when you go too fast, you miss out on all the little subtleties that really will affect your intuition, your psychic work, and your mediumship work. So go slow. You do not need to go fast. And if you go fast in development, you're kind of not developing the right way. That's what I believe. Okay. Laura, hi James. I saw something which terrified me. Oh, it's terrible. When I was 14, she had nothing to terrify us, but it was not from this world. But I ended up being put on antidepressants. Well, that's not good. I'm now 48, still medicated, but have good intuition. Don't like that. I'm not sure how I can tell things I hear or see. Psychobility or psychosis. I do have vivid dreams. Well, Lori, I would see a therapist if I were you, a good therapist who knows a little bit about intuition. That's what I really would recommend, because I really would recommend that. And maybe a trauma therapist would be good for you. Healingtrauma.org would be good. Yeah, but I think you need a trauma therapist to go back and alleviate what happened at 14. And no reason, there might be no reason to use medicines. I don't know. You'll have to find out for a doctor what's going on with you. But I would definitely start with that. Chrislyn, hi. How do we know if we have gifts? Well, take the test. Number one, that's a good way to start, right? I'm supposed to be doing more with them. I find conflicted for some reasons about purpose path to follow. What test is everything? Okay. So we'll put it up for you, sweetheart. I'll put that banner back up for you, Kristen. It's a test, which is a 4-day psychic challenge, 4-day challenge, free challenge. And there it is right there. And it's done through my old publisher, my current publisher, Hay House Publishing. And they're doing, it was a course that I did years ago. And there's a free 4-day challenge with the course to find out your spiritual gifts, if you resonate more with psychic work or mediumship work or healing work. So that's what the test's about. So that's the beginning. And then if you take the course, you'll develop even further in what that is. So that's what we're talking about. Joanne, been hearing spirit messages, their voices sound like my husband and kids that are still alive. Wondering if you ever experienced it. Yes, sure, of course. I have. I've heard that before. Usually it's in a sleeping state or a state where I'm very passive, and it's energy. Just hearing that, so it's hard because the physicalness, but there's also energy. So if they're thinking about you, I've had experience where someone's thinking about me, and I hear their voice thinking about me, and then they call. So that does happen. Jennifer, my boyfriend don't believe in a life after death. What can I say to him? Well, that's his journey, Jennifer. So you can tell him your experiences. You can't force him. One thing you might do is, I again, this depends on if you, the way I've gotten through certain people. If someone comes through for them, I would say, and then I know they don't believe in life after death. I'd say, I had a dream about so and so last night. It's someone they know, and they accept that because they've had the experience of dreams. So that's one way. But you just spread the seeds. You just and it'll grow when they grow. You can't be frustrated trying to force people to believe in life after death. I can't force people to believe in mediumship. They think you're a nice guy, but you sound like you're crazy. And that's their journey. That's their truth. That's not my truth. So you can't force someone that you love to believe. Ernestine Bean, past life connections. When you just feel familiarity close to someone, how do we verify? Is it only through regression? Yeah, well, you can write down things that you pick up in the regression and then historically look them up. I've done that. And it's worked out perfectly. You can do it that way for sure. So have a pen and pen next to you when you regress, or when you have a therapist who's regressing you, they'll write things down for you, and you can check out later and confirm those things are true. And they mostly are. Okay, we have 11 something MZ Earth Angel underscore 11. How can you get rid of a disgusting ancestor? Oh, that's not good. Who is in spirit, who keeps on meddling in your life and imprinting bad energy all over different aspects of life? I think that's probably you, and that you have to take charge. I wouldn't blame anybody else. Um, I first of all, disgusting isn't great. Things happen to people down here on the earth who might treat us badly, who do bad things, and that's only sometimes we got to go further back behind them and find out what caused them to be that way, and we got to look at their history because no one just acts out. There's got to be a reason behind why they act out, and all I can say is I'm glad I'm not in that boat. I'm glad that I'm. Sometimes we got to put their shoes on, walk in their shoes to understand the conditions that they grew up with that made them that way. So it's a little bit of empathy is needed there. I don't think they meddle in your life. I don't think they can't change your life. You're in charge of your life. If you give away your power and you have a mindset where you say, "Go ahead," oh my God, they're meddling, then you can give them that. I doubt they would do that. It's more sounds like it's coming from you than them. I don't believe there's bad energy per se if you're in a positive living space. So work on loving yourself and love and forgive them. Forgive them. Right thing to do. And if you can't forgive them, then you got to ask yourself why you can't forgive them. What are you holding on to that you can't forgive? Okay. Vega. I got hit by a car, died for a moment, went up to the light. Wow. I did that once. I don't remember all, but I had to go back. I think I was angry because it was wonderful there. And yeah. And all sadness and earthly stress were totally gone. Yeah. Can you tell me what I'm supposed to do here on the earth? No. I remember something with a family member, but not the specific mission. What's that? And when that's done, will I die again? But stay there for a while? They got this a lot. So let's dissect that. Number one, you had an opportunity, which I believe everything is an opportunity. So when you were hit by a car and you left the body, it was for you to see what is possible, what really the real world is, which is love, which is a light world. And this earth world, this earth school, is a school for the soul. It's hard down here. It's a dense vibration, as we talked about. There are people, souls of all different belief systems. We have a war going on because that soul is not evolved. Believes that killing people is good. That's not. That's the opposite. So really, what you were given an opportunity to look at was how the possibilities of love And you can spread that stillness and light to everybody by sharing that experience. That's really what you should be doing. I wouldn't worry about the future because the future isn't here yet. I'd live in the moment if I were you. And I couldn't certainly tell you what you're supposed to do. Well, you need to know what you're supposed to do here. What do you feel within your heart from that experience? How has it changed you in some way? Must have changed you in some way. Hopefully, you look at things a little bit differently. And within that, that would tell you what your path is. Start with that test. Maybe that will help you. But only you can answer what's important for you, especially after that experience. I know that changed me when I had my near-death experience, and I became much more spiritually minded. Even though I opened myself up even further, expanded even further, and kind of spread the love even more in the way I behave, in the way I interacted with people. That's what taught me. So you'll have to find out for yourself. But it was an opportunity. Look and see within yourself what that opportunity was and how you can change your life and bring that loving calmness to people all around. Heidi, will you be able to reunite with loved ones if you're in a different realm of spirit? Yes. Everyone that you had a connection with here on this earth, it's called your soul family or soul partners or soulmates. And you come back in a group, usually come back in a group, and that group, that personalities of that group, those souls, will meet you again. They look forward to meeting you. There's a reunion, if you will, of the soul group. So they look forward to coming back home. And there is no time in that world. So it doesn't matter how many years have passed, those souls will come and get you. So nothing to worry about. You'll see them all again. Is it possibly a medium and a healer? Yes, I'm a medium and a healer as well. I believe that, yes, I'm a medium, I'm a healer, and many mediums are healers because of the work they do. But I do both mediumship and healing. That is very possible. Yes. Blessings and love from Antwerp. Thank you, Anna Marie. Blessings and love back to you. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And Rogers, how would you handle a situation where one person uses another to manipulate to get what they want? Well, that's not good to do, is it? I would number one get rid of that person. Don't need that person in your life because it's called boundary work, and you have to set boundaries clearly. Whether it's a family member or a friend, you set boundaries. If you want to be used by them and manipulated by them, you can. But if you choose that, but you also can stop it and have boundary work and say that's unacceptable to me, and that will teach them too not to manipulate. So share with them that, and even if it's a partner, same thing. Could you please explain what it means, the awakening that happens now? Everyone's talking about a spiritual awakening. Well, Christina, it's different definition for different people. For me, and from what I'm aware of, it's the sense that we're all connected, that there's a oneness with everyone, that we're all the same. Doesn't matter the color of our skin, what language we speak, we're all the same. And to have that awareness to bring love to every single person and to celebrate the diversity in every single person, that's really what it's about. And to do things that matter, to be responsible for your thoughts each moment, living in the moment and being responsible for that moment, how you create that moment, the thoughts you have in that moment, the actions you display in that moment. That's what awakening is. Not following the crowd, but creating your new way, not following a cult or religion and so forth, living your own true destiny, your own life, and sharing that love with everyone you meet every single day. To me, that's part of being awakened, not just going through the everyday thing. Good luck. Hey, okay, Arlene, where do you take the test to find out if you're a medium? Okay, so we will put that up again for you. There you go, right there. It's a free 4-day challenge. And also want to mention once again, the Shamrock sale is over midnight tonight, and that's 25% off any course that I have. That's we're extending that for one more day because it was very, very popular. So and people loved it, and they bought a lot of stuff. I'm already getting people writing back saying, "Oh, thank you for doing this. I got a lot out of this. I'm doing another course and then another course." Okay, it's good. That's why I create these courses for you because it needs to be a place to go to do this. So I created it that has integrity with it, responsibility. So, but tonight, I'm doing a show with Kelly White, Both Sides Now and Beyond, this evening. I'm going to talk about destiny cards, which are certain cards that we have. There we go. Oh, here we go. We're gonna do this. Okay. On tonight's show, so the keys to finding resolution, even if a person got okay. So we talked about this earlier in a question. What happens when someone passes over and it's unfinished business? So it's unfinished business number two. I wrote a book many years ago called Unfinished Business. And Unfinished Business was a book I had to write because I got really tired of spirits coming through and saying, if only I knew then what I know now, I would have treated someone differently. I would have chosen love out of fear. So tonight's show is going to be all about how to resolve conflicts, how to resolve situations and issues that you currently have with living people and those that have passed, but living to resolve them, to have a better life, to have no shouldas, wouldas, or couldas. So that's this evening. So please join us 6 o'clock tonight, here, right here on Facebook and YouTube to enjoy that show because it's important. It's an important show. And thank you, everybody, very, very much. And I'll see you tonight, I hope. Okay. God bless. Thank you. Thank you, Ray.